Fucking hell. Morning. They don't understand the things I say on Twitter. Cold. Cold, cold, cold. Morning, boys. Morning, morning, morning. Let me know who's here. Dollar moving strong today. Yeah, dollar is strong today. Morning, Ben. Morning, JP. Morning, Shane. Morning, K-Dog. How are ya? Morning, Cam. Morning, Luke. Morning, Jim. Thanos. Blue Sky. Ross. Riz. What you saying? Morning, everyone. Morning, everyone. Right, so. First of all, what are we looking for? Big Asia range this morning, yeah, trust. Good morning, Tommy. Morning, El Slapo, Ralph, Ryan, Mohammed, Pascal. What are you saying, boys? Pretty much what we wanted to happen yesterday did happen. I mean, what we're saying on the weekly as well was true. Well, we basically said that the dollar had to head up, had to move to the upside. We had this obviously manipulation candle on Monday. We had this accumulation candle on Monday. Sorry, not on Monday. On the it's the weekly chart. We had the manipulation candle here, and then we had the fucking hell. We had the accumulation candle. Then we had the manipulation candle with this big wick. And yesterday was this one. Obviously at the time yesterday we was all the way down here, and we was basically just saying like, sorry, down here. And was basically saying we wanted this week to just push above the prior high of this one. So we did want it to push higher, and we noticed it was quite low in the range. So we did get in buyers yesterday from there, or sells basically for DU and GU. But we're still hoping for more of the same. So we're still looking at buyers, or I'm still looking at buyers. We want market to head to the upside. So you filled that gap yesterday and then ran off. Also fill in the fair value gap as well. I know we haven't fully filled it, but we filled it pretty decently. I'd be happy with that. And then yeah, really I'm just trying to see. Really just trying to see this high get taken. Alright. Compare that to EU and GU. You still got this order block. What's this level? It's the weekly, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, we've still got the weekly. CRT with GU, and obviously the range lowered that, so we got the internal was filled, so now we should rally down to the external. Right, so again, internal's been filled, that fair value gap's been filled, and now we're starting to run to the downside, obviously fill in these fair value gaps as well. So yeah, GU's the same, just looking at sells. And then finally, let's go over EU. Again, we're going to start with a weekly, sorry. Got this CRT. Had kind of the bullish start to the week, and now we just want to rally down, start taking out some candle lows. Obviously filled this imbalance here. It was slightly different to how we filled the one on GU, but filled it twice pretty much. And then obviously we had the CRT on the 8 hour. I don't know why it's adjusted itself weird. But yeah, we had this obviously this CRT, which was completed, and now should be moving to break that external low. I mean, the main draw still was obviously that this imbalance, don't get me wrong. Right, so let's if you man can see what I mean. In terms of the range, we're basically seeing the same thing. So we got high, high, low. So we've got internal and external here, obviously. Got the internal imbalance and then the external low. So we wanted to fill that and then move to the low, which is sort of what's happening. So yeah, we want us to break out of the low. GU, same thing. We got high, back off, low, and the internal liquidity. So obviously we want it to come down to the external low, which is sort of what's happening now. And then DXY obviously went over at the start, same thing. We got the internal liquidity being this order block, and we should rally up to that high. So again, just pushing up to that high. So pretty simple where our targets are. We just want to make sure that that imbalance is there on GU as well, just on the open this morning. Yeah, you can see nice 4 hour fill of the imbalance, and then for EU as well, also a nice fill of the imbalance. I don't know where it's gone, but yeah, nice fill of this 4 hour imbalance. So everything's looking pretty nice to the downside. I'm actually going to get rid of this now as well because this isn't really too significant. Yeah, this high was taken out, so yeah, filled the imbalance. Boom. I'm actually gonna make it a little bit. Actually, no, I'll leave it like that. Right, so now let's go on to the lower time frame. EU buyers, London session, Euro GBP, amen. EU buyers after we see previous week low. What you gone over GU? Yeah, we've gone over GU and EU. I'm not gonna lie, if you've just seen what I've said and said GU and EU buyers, then I don't know what you was listening to. I'm not gonna lie. Right now the market's heading up, but we've got to prioritise the higher time frame, boys. Right, we just filled this blatant objective, and we can see we rallied up, filled it during Asia. This 4 hour imbalance. Look at what happened during the Asia session. So why would we want to reverse to the high? So we filled our 4 hour imbalance and then started to move down. Right, we look at GU again, filled our 4 hour imbalance and then started to move down. You could actually say we filled this as well if you wanted, but it's just easier to say the 4 hour. I don't know why I'm getting so much lag. I just came here, bro. Oh, that's what I'm saying, man. You make sure you get in here as soon as the announcement goes out, boys, so you don't miss any analysis. You reckon it's a no trade day then? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I'm actually going to draw on this 4 hour imbalance now because I think it's just better to do it. Otherwise it gets in the way a bit. Actually, no, you know what? Let's just make it. Let's just make it brighter so we can't really see it that well. And lock it up. EU obviously mitigated it a bit nicer, but if we look on the lower time frame for EU, just perfectly mitigated this basically. And then we look at GU. GU came into our lower time frame imbalance a bit more as well. So you could say that for both. So you got the 4 hour. Oh, why is it locked? Fully. There you go. Right, yeah. So I'd just be looking for re-entries. See EU. Where's the daily tropen? Let's turn the daily tropen on so we know. Daily tropen's pretty high up. So we'll look at EG. For me, it's a no trade day for me, but I'm here to chill. Fair play, Shane. Fair play, mate. Always good to spend your morning still looking at the charts. Let's look at this. Let's look at EG. So EG for me again, still coming down. Everything we've really planned so far has come through. If we just hide everything, you can see with the order block, where we filled the order block and came and took the low, which we have done now, and then rallied up again, mitigated this order block, whatever you want to call it. And the main thing I'm seeing is this CRT. So again, it's more just following that, right? So obviously right now we're at this point here, so we're looking to catch that sell down. We're at a pretty decent point in price right now, to be honest. Yeah, we are. It looks like we're about to fill something there. Move down. Sells could be nice for EG. So tapping into this order block. I'd want to see this order block get tapped, but this is a decent level. EG looks tradable. Any other pairs you man are looking at, just let me know. Right, yes, the range is still pretty big for EG. Yeah, 26 pips is actually quite big for EG. EU. EU not too bad, only 40 pips. It's a healthy London session. What about this? This is more, isn't it? 70 pips, yeah. So we know GU obviously had more of a fill, really. Let me actually get rid of this 4 hour, because I know we did fill the 4 hour, but it's just... No, I'm money and fame. Alright. And now I'll be... fucking hell. Now I'll be looking for this fair value gap to get filled and then look for sells. So we're coming into a bit more of a better place for EU. Coming into an order block. So yeah, you're looking at sells from there. Let's check on the DXY, see what the DXY is saying. See whereabouts the DXY is. Obviously DXY again, you can see how the Asia session rallied down. Filled the imbalance. Rallied down and filled the imbalance. You think EG will come down to the weekly order block at some point, then seek external. 2 secs. Crazy if you're trading GU today. Wait, my chat's bugging out. 2 secs. Don't end up like yesterday when I was fucking so far behind. Who was here yesterday, chat? Let me know if you was here yesterday. Let me see. For me, it's crazy if you're trading GU today. GU buyers, EG buyers. Everyone's asking me for buyers. Why is everyone looking at buyers? You reckon price can sell off on a DTO then on EU? DTO is a bit high up. I mean, it would be ideal, but it's kind of high up for us to be looking at. I bought EG at the Asia low still, down 8% on my first phase 2. How long have you had it for, Lazogo? DXY to trade liquidity. Yeah, why not trade then? Bias would be short, right? Yeah, the bias will be short, but bias will be short, but it doesn't mean that it's an optimal time to trade. To be fair, it actually is decent. The only other thing that's kind of annoying is this here, this area here. distribution. Like this could potentially be rebalanced and then come up and then that. I do definitely think we're going to move to the downside. It's just whether we're going to want to come above this or not. I was going to look at DXY one night, yeah. So looking at the DXY, again the 15-minute, we got two clear areas. We got this imbalance here, and we got this order block down here. So ideally, we see these start getting filled, and I think both pairs really have that imbalance and that order block. So the imbalance is from 7:15, and the order block is from 7:45. So let's have a look at EU. So the imbalance is from 7:15, nice, which is obviously what we're currently filling right now. And then the order block is from 2:15, yep, same. Let's look at GU. Imbalance is from, yep, again at the same time. And then order block is from 2:15. So everything's lining up time-wise. We can see the distribution of the each pair is similar, which is what we want. You think EG will come down to the weekly order block at some point and then seek external? Yeah, that's mainly what our plan is, Cam, to be honest. DXY2 trade to liquidity at 7 AM. Yeah, I think that's answered that. You're looking for EU sales to the previous week low. Yeah, we're looking for it for this CRT low first and foremost. Well, the external low first and foremost. I'm not actually sure if that is prior week low or not. This is a CRT low. So GU's got a CRT low and it's got an external low. EU's got an external low and then obviously a way more discounted CRT level. I just want to double check this candle. Yeah, it just makes it look like CRT when it's not. Right, sweet. Just so we know that this isn't a CRT low. It's just a low. Yeah, we're coming up to a decent level, so that's where I'll be looking to sell to. For sure. What's this fucking massive imbalance here though? Oh yeah, this imbalance is decent as well. This imbalance is significant. We look at the DXY, it's got some there as well. I'm gonna make it lighter because it's getting in the way of my chart way too much. So I'm gonna make it 4. Because remember, it's just a level that's there. We're not overly saying it's gonna react. It's just a level that is there. GU obviously doesn't have that because GU's out of line with pretty much all the other pairs, well, EU and GU, as it has been for a while. Then EU's there. Just make it a bit lighter, like that. Alright. I'm on the money and fame, I'm still gonna get my kid back. $13 pips, 31 pips. It's not looking bad. What does CRT mean? CRT means candle range theory, bro. Candle range theory. By the way, boys, if you're in the signals or anything and you want me to send any charts, or if you're in the mentorship and you want me to send any charts, just at me in the chat, and I'll have a look and I'll send it in for you. Let's read. See what the chat's saying. 92 man in there. Stuck in a time loop part 2, trust me. Yeah, you were time traveling, bro. I've had in for 3 weeks. Hopefully the EG buy gets me up a bit. What do you mean you've been in for 3 weeks? Scout buys and the sells at the right time, but I'd wait for the sells. Yeah, I wouldn't really. There's no real places to buy, in my opinion. GU CRT on the 1 hour, 1 hour inverted FEG on EU. Everyone's saying about the 1 hour, so we'll look at the 1 hour. Let's look at the 1 hour. 1 hour FEG on EU. Yeah, this is actually what I mean, to be fair. This is what we meant about this area up here. Could react off that. But if we look at the imbalance, yeah, we do have pretty much exactly what we saw down here with the order block and imbalance. We see it here obviously with the order block and then the imbalance. So there's not really any way of telling if we want to react off this or if we want to react off this. There's not really any way of knowing. It just depends how fast price wants to move. Hopefully we can move pretty fast. Obviously we do have pound news at 12 to be aware of. And then GU CRT on the 1 hour. Yeah, that CRT would take us up to the imbalance as well. If we did get that CRT, obviously would fill the imbalance, move up, fill the imbalance, and then move down. Then EU would be similar. Obviously CRT would fill up, fill the imbalance, and then sell off. So that would be obviously more of an ideal situation, but if price does want to rally that high, because it's still got to rally, we still have to rally another 25 pips, which is doable. It's definitely doable. It's still got a whole another hour left of the kill zone. Why does it keep doing this to my chart? So that was the GU sell we had yesterday, and this is why we sort of closed at the Asia low. Because if you look at what happened yesterday, we got the bias perfect. We knew we was going to come off this order block and pretty much just fall all the way down to our higher time frame CRT low. So we knew that we was going to come down to this low and this low at some point. But you remember me saying, like, you don't necessarily want to be holding till here, because it means you can get the right bias and still be wrong. And that's what we saw really. Obviously we took the high and then we got the nice sell down into the low. That's where I got out. And you see prices rallies again, takes out the London high and then just moves straight back down. Didn't do anything else, came into the exact same order block that we're looking at. So we're again completely right. It come off this order block and then moved to the downside. But just by the nature of how the London session moves, it does get manipulated. So we can see move down, manipulated, and then we get a move. Which is why I'd rather close it at the Asia low. Because it just means you're in and out, and you can still get your high time frame bias right and then lose money, which is just not what you want. It's not what you want. So are you looking at sales on EU, but why are you exactly? We swept prior day low, Asia low, and you're targeting prior week low for shorts. Yeah. Why is it not an optimal time to trade? I'm still learning. Do you go on lower time frame? Yeah, basically the reason why it's not optimal is because we have no real way of knowing if we're going to react off the hourly or the 15. This is why it's sort of unoptimal for me. It does sort of seem like we filled it a little bit here. EU, I mean, hasn't really filled jack shit. We haven't filled jack shit on the dollar either. Yeah, it's a difficult one. Yeah, I mean, we did. You can't really say we swept Friday low because, yeah, we did really, but it's only a sweep if it's a liquidity grab, right? This looks way more like an actual break. Like if we look at price action, I'm not saying it can't be a sweep. It could potentially be a sweep, but if you're looking at actual price action, we've got a higher low. So he came up, filled the imbalance, and then moved down like that. So the fact it filled a clear imbalance and then clearly took external liquidity tells us that this move here, or specifically this bottom bit of it, wasn't necessarily a grab, and it was in fact an actual real proper bearish move, which means rather than looking for that, I'll be looking for just a continuation, looking for that to just continue down. I think that's more likely than it reversing all the way. That's not to say, I mean, you can buy, especially on GU, you can be looking at buys for sure. I mean, we probably will have the power to take us through there. You've got to think, is it going to be the hourly up here or is it going to be the 15? If you can manage to get in buyers and then close out at the 15, then why not? I mean, if we're looking at the inversions, I imagine we'll have, well, to be fair, we do have a 15-minute inversion as well. Obviously, got this one, 5 minutes about to beat. So we'll see if we want to come up into that and back up into that. Something like this. Just not a shit trade, but it's just not really optimal. That's what you could potentially do, but it's just not the best trade, to be honest. See how it does. Okay, it hasn't been confirmed. Did you say bearish 4 hour CRT on EG? I didn't see what you was talking about. It was 8 hour, I think. I've had these accounts for the accounts. I'm down 8% for 3 weeks. Our fair play as though guys. Just a bad. I mean, 3 weeks losing 8%. It's not actually the worst. You could be. You've probably just lost every trade you've placed, which just means you're on a bad streak. You know what I mean? You're on a bad streak. That streak will come good. It's just, can your account survive it? If not, then it just means you was never going to pass anyway, and you just got to go back to the drawing board, learn a bit more. Are you tapped into the order block? Right, we'll have a look at the order block. Let's just get rid of this and keep this for now, just so we can see. This is finished. Yeah, EG. So the 8 hour on EG. So you're mainly looking for the big candles, boys. When you're looking for CRT, you want to look for the big candles. They're going to be by far the best ones for you to trade. For example, this one here, high, low. But you can see this is the biggest candle of the lot of them, right? So we swept the low and then went to the high. This one swept the high and we've got the low. And this is clearly the biggest candle. So we've manipulated this whole range. So now we really should just be moving down to the low. So I'm pretty confident that we're moving down to the low. We're also very premium as well. If you're looking at the range in terms of the CRT, even if you're not looking at it in terms of the CRT, let's look at it with the whole leg. So you can see from the high to the low, we are in the premium, or just about was in the premium. So sort of trading around that 50% mark. And then if you look at the actual CRT range, you can see right now we are pretty decently in the premium. So we've got a way to come down. It's not like we're down here looking to get the last little end of it. We are pretty premium. Bear in mind we've got GU News at 8. At 12. These cells do look nice though. They do. That 2 hour. This one's really simple as well, obviously. Why have I got so many price labels, bro? These need to go. These need to go. Where on earth are they as well? Bro, where's all these price labels from, bro? This is... Is it on here? What are these fucking... Bro, what are these price labels for? It's just so annoying. I hate having shit on my chart that don't need to be there. Like, what are all these points? Oh, it's here. And that's where it fucking was. Alright, so yeah, stop loss on the high, obviously. TP on the low. Who watched the footy last night, boys? Who saw the Arsenal? I was going to not talk about it, but then I thought, fuck it. I'd rather say it before someone else says it. EU tapped into order block 50-minute goal, bro. See what you see for EU. Yeah, EU we've already gone over. We have already gone over EU. We'll go over it again in just a sec. I'm sure I fucking took a vape or something in here. 2-6. Coming up to entry now. Yeah, boys, put some comments in. Let me know what you're looking at. You know what everyone's looking at. Second place FC. Fuck you. Stu told you yesterday, bro. Arsenal take the L. Bro, what? Stu don't know jack shit. This is the thing. Stu don't know jack shit about football. Like, yesterday was an easy take. They're 1-0 up and they are better. So, like, come on. That's not a good take. Stu, bro, for the longest time, Stu was telling me Romero and fucking Van der Ven are individually and as a pair better players than Saliba and Gabriel. We ain't forget that. I thought that was a pen for Saka. Yeah, me too, bro. I was bare happy. Netflix FC. Let us know when you in. Will do, mate. Out of all the teams in the semi-finals, Arsenal were bottom 4. Me, other teams just look way too good right now. Always waiting for the next season. I disagree, mate, to be fair. I completely disagree. I completely disagree with that. Completely disagree. Bro, it's just a story of our season. A little bit shit and a little bit unlucky. Like, it's all mate. I was screaming yesterday, bro. Like, it was so annoying. Everything was just... I never said Saliba, you averaged that. I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did, Stu. I'm sure you did. But yeah, like, it's just a story of our season. Like, it's unlucky, innit? But it's our own fault. Rich but can't afford a haircut. Who's this guy talking to? Fucking Tommy Mills. Old cheeky bastard. Nah, it was just self-induced. Like, for example, yeah, if Partey, I know this is like football maths, but if Partey never got... We was 5-1 up on aggregate, yeah. 5-1 up on aggregate to Real Madrid in like the 88th minute, and Partey gets himself fucking booked. Misses the leg at the Emirates, and then... we got done. If Partey plays that game, I don't think we'd lose that game. So it's like, it's unlucky, but it's your own fault. It's fucking stupidity. It's Partey being an idiot. So it's like, you can't really complain. Even yesterday, I don't think PSG were good at all. Like, they're obviously a good side. That Kvaratskhelia fucking unreal. But every chance we give them was self-induced. Every ball they had was us giving it to them. I was saying to my pal yesterday, playing in midfield for that mob, for PSG, must be the easiest role in football. I mean, you ain't got to do anything. The fullbacks will just pass it through, or we just give it them. We just gave them the ball the whole time. Every single time they went on the break, they didn't start anything. Partey would have won the first leg, but you lost in the second. Well, yeah, Stu, it's obviously a different game. You can play football maths if you want, but we was at home, and it would have been 0-0 going into it. Like, we were the favourites going into the first leg and not the favourites going into the second leg. Like, don't know why you're acting like I'm saying something crazy. Literally, bookies agree. Like, it was definitely a lot more of a winnable first leg than second leg. It's not crazy to say that. He live trades every day. What's the faking? Yeah, trust. I didn't even see what he said, to be fair. I just saw him trying to say I need a haircut, the bastards. But yeah, like yesterday, they didn't create any chances. It was just us giving them the ball. It was just Rice giving the ball away, Saka giving it away in stupid places, Skelly giving it away in stupid places. So yeah, mate, it was annoying. It was annoying. No, I'm not saying that he would have won you the first leg, but he was the reason you lost the second. I don't think he was the reason we lost. I think that's harsh that we lost it. That he was the reason we lost the second. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. Um, it's the mentality. No winners. It's not the. I don't think it's the mentality. Like it's just football, bruv. Everyone tries to break football down to like the barest bones. People have got to realise, boys. Yeah, you lot have got to realise we are Arsenal. Yeah, we haven't won the Premier League in 20 years, and we've never won the Champions League. So why is everyone acting like semi-finals of the Champions League and second in the Premier League isn't our level? Like that is just our level, and people can mock it and be like, "Oh, he's second again" and all this shit. But that's just football. Like we're not Real Madrid, we're not United. Even if we were, they're not winning Champions League and the Premier League every year. It's just football. You got to put yourself in and around there. Like I'm happy as an Arsenal fan, being in them big Champions League games, being able to go to like different grounds around Europe, etc. Obviously, I was working quite heavily during these Champions League run-ups, but next year when we're there, I'll be there and I'll be streaming. I'll be streaming my charts while in wherever I'm in. But no, we're in and around there, mate. We're second in the league, like pushing for Champions League. That just is our level. People are saying like, oh, like trying to mock it. It's not a mock. Like it's nothing. You know what I mean? It's like Tottenham, for example. If Tottenham finished fourth and then lost the final of the Carabao Cup, for example, you can't. Tottenham fans, to some degree, they're going to get mocked for not winning something, like always. But it is their level. They are just They are just a fourth place club who are looking to win sort of any trophy they can get. Like it's not necessarily the end of the world. You know what I mean? Party is a beast. Can't disagree with you. Might have been a difference. Yeah, trust or slapper. This EG's tapping in. Now, who's touching this EG? Let me know in the chat if anyone's getting on this EG. No trophies for 5 years. To be fair, Sommer saved PSG. Yeah, it was thingy, wasn't it? It was Donnarumma. To be fair, they got two players actually rate. Obviously, they're all pretty good, but Kvaratskhelia is an absolute player. So is Donnarumma, an absolute player. And that Nuno Mendes I quite like as well. Next season you'll win the league if no injuries and so on. And that's what I mean. We got unlucky, bro. Like you just got to have your luck in. Everything's got to fall for you, and it didn't fall for us. Some refereeing decisions, some injuries, and a lot of it was our own fault. So it just is what it is. You need everything to fall into place, especially like I said, for a team like us to win the league, something we ain't done in 20 years, like or Champions League ever. You need everything to fall into place. PSG Inter prediction. I think it'll be a shit game. That's my prediction. Because PSG can't play how they played against us against Inter. The only reason they was able to play how they played because they scored early. Like if PSG aren't really that good at breaking teams down, in my opinion. Like we give them everything. Everything they had, we give them. Every chance they had, we give them. And the reason they could do that is obviously they went 1-0 up in the first half, so the first leg. So we had to come at them, and we had to come at them. But yeah, Inter aren't going to do that. Inter are obviously Italian side. They will just be a bit more solid. I know they leaked 6 goals, but it was just Champions League for you, innit? But I think they're just going to sit. Inter are going to sit deep, and PSG can't obviously play their game. So we're going to see a completely different PSG. I think they're going to have to actually break Inter down. They're going to have to take the foothold in the game. I think they sort of left it on us to take the foothold in the game on both legs. Like they sort of, especially when they went 1-0 up, it was like, all right, then we can sit here at 1-0. You're going to have to come at us. So it'll be interesting to see when it flips, and Inter are probably going to be a bit more like, well, we can just sit here at 0-0 if you want. And PSG are going to be the more team that want to get it done within 90 or start scoring goals. So it'll be an interesting game. I fear that it's going to be a shit game because it's just going to be defence versus timidness, but hopefully not. Is your strat supply and demand on bigger time frames? Shut up, Tommy, mate. I'm not answering you. Fucking first thing you come in here and said was taking a piss out of my haircut, and then asking about supply and demand, speaking gibberish basically about trading. No, it's not supply and demand. But for your information, fucking Tommy Mills, all trading is pretty much supply and demand. People just call it different things. So people would call this supply, but we would call it an order block. But it's basically the same thing. Because your fans act like they do. That's why every team enjoyed you losing. Your fans are insufferable. It's because of your fans. That's why people mock it. But I get what you're saying. We got Champions League final and got mocked by Arsenal. Now a semi is good enough. See, this is the thing, Stu. Like, I get what you're saying. Arsenal fans are insufferable, but Stu, you literally go out and seek stuff like this to happen and then comment it. Like, that's just not true. Like, there's some of the stuff you say is just not true. that just never. No Arsenal fan took the piss. Like, said that us getting to the semis was you better than you getting to the final. Like, no one said that. You're just stretching it. Like, our fans are shit, but. Just Stu, like, just because one person says it on Twitter, like in a fake account, doesn't mean it's true. I just refuse to believe that. Oh, they've got another signal from this crappy. Oh, these ones don't even say. But yeah, but I refuse to believe that any Arsenal fan has said us getting to the semis is better than you getting to the final. Like, you're dragging it now. Come on. You in? Oh, I'm not in EG. No. I would if there was no news. I'm in Hakimi. Bro just says Hakimi. Schultz here look good. Do you trade supple and demand on a bigger time frame? Yeah, I think I already answered that in it. Don't know about that one. 26 pip for EG during Asia. Don't know about that one. Yeah, that was crazy. EG looking good. GUTP. Arsenal got used. A liquidity. Steve trying to rattle you. No, me and Stu always talk about football, to be fair, but Stu, I always say the same shit about Stu, bro. He drags it, innit? Like, I get what he's saying, bro. Our fans are annoying sometimes, but then he'll come out with something like that, and I'm like, bro, but come on now, that is not Arsenal fans. Like, I hope Inter win though. I hope Inter beat PSG. Fucking don't like PSG. I like some of their players, but just, you know, as a club, it's just like, it's always good if the oil teams never win it. I mean, PSG have sadly won it. So let's just hope, I mean, City have sadly won it. Let's just hope that Newcastle and PSG don't win it. But they've got some players, mate. That Kvaratskhelia probably, for me, top 3 players in the world, I think. He is absolute quality. AFTV mock it. Didn't say... Oh, who's seen the Lee Judges one, man? That is too funny. Let's have a look at EG. EG's coming up. You can probably wait for refinement on the 5-minute with this. We had this distribution into the level, so now we've had the distribution in. We can see if we're going to get an inversion. Or obviously, you can wait for a change of character as well. Got 1 minute left. Let's see if an imbalance actually forms for it to then be taken. Okay. Looks like we're not going to have an imbalance. Can wait for a change of character though at this low here, so we'll mark this out. So we'll wait for that. Didn't say they said it was better, but we were the world's biggest bottlers. Now it's just you being at your level. Arsenal fans are like women, always have an agenda. Oh, and you don't. See, this is the thing, bro. Like, it's so stupid. It wasn't dry Arteta's tears. This is what I'm saying, and this is Stu summed up as a football fan. Stu will actually not see the irony in putting a million comments mocking Arsenal while I'm being pretty reasonable, giving my actual honest opinion, and Stu's there going, Arteta's tears, it's not dry anymore. I put in 10 comments about Tottenham and all this shit, and then as the goal to say we're the insufferable fans. Bro, I'm just sitting there giving my opinion on the game, and you've just put like fucking 20 comments in, like taking the piss. Lou, remember that it's very likely this all comes back to bite me in the arse tonight. No, I was speaking to this about my pal. There's no way, man, don't beat fucking Bodo. I don't care if he's on AstroTurf, fucking concrete, or the fucking tennis courts at school. There is no way you lose to Bodo. Arsenal lost yesterday because there was red folder news. Bro, that's literally the only reason. If there weren't red folder, we would be in the final right now. No cap. Who you got for the Ballon d'Or? Probably going to be the worst winner of the Ballon d'Or ever. Probably going to be Salah for me, I think. Can you do a vid about higher time frame, supply and demand using on lower time frame? I don't really trade supply and demand, bro. I don't, yeah. I can do a video on like certain levels, but GU TP, GU was TP. We'll have a look at GU in a sec, boys. Yeah, if I missed any comments, boys, just drop them again. Unless you're, unless it's one of these ones that I'm looking at right now. You lot can fuck off. We train on an AstroTurf weekly. They are pretending like we don't. It's different though with the intensity. Like if you you can't really you can't. I don't know how they allow them to use AstroTurf, bro. Like I really don't. I really don't understand that. Because bro, you just can't play the same. You can't slide. You can't do the same shit. And like it's obviously it's all right in training because you're playing at a certain level of intensity. It's like sparring. Do you know what I mean? You're going full intensity on Astro, fucks you. Because your studs get stuck in the ground and shit. That's you can twist your knee bare quickly. You put your studs in the ground, and you go to like turn you like swivel your heel, but you can't because there's no mud. It just gets like plastic just rubs against each other. That's how my brother badly broke his leg and got released from his academy. Even if you lot win tonight, he used to train on Astro every week with with his academy team, but then it's different. He played an actual school match on Astro, like an actual match, and it fucked his leg. But bro, I would be fuming. I know Arteta would have something to say. If we was on AstroTurf, Arteta would be like, it's disgusting. Gonna kill our players. You're gonna fucking break our legs. Even if you lot win tonight, United gonna batter you in the final. You reckon they'll slap her? It'll be the shit. It'll be such a. It'll be like. You know, it'll be like this. This is what it'll be like when they meet in the final. Hang on. Oh, fuck off. Oh, fuck off. How have I fucked it ever? Right, this is Tottenham in the final, isn't it?
Be very calm.
This will be Tottenham United in the final.
Hello, we haven't been properly introduced before. I'm Michael, by the way. You must be Alice.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Alice.
This bit here.
Yeah. Well, Alice, do you want to go over to the park bench?
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, Alice, it seems we both got autism, haven't we?
Yeah.
This is Tottenham United. This is Ange Postecoglou live speaking to Amarin before the game.
Yes, it seems we both got autism, haven't we?
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know.
Is it good to know? I suppose it is good to know. Big up that guy though. He's a legend of undateables. El Shitico. El Crapico. Look, when United last bet, yeah, haven't you beat him 3 times this year? Oh yeah. Beat him 3 times already. Battle of the bots. Morning, bro. Don't think I'm gonna hit a trade this morning. Nothing's showing for me. What pair are you mainly looking at, mate? Be interesting to see how we move off this imbalance because we have inverted it. If you notice what's happening here, I'm looking at order flow. We've closed above this fair value gap, retapped onto the 50%, and then started to move up. So it'll be interesting to see. Remember that EU trade we had when we marked out the 5 minute or whatever it was. That was GU, wasn't it? Yeah, that was GU. Did we close above? Yeah, we did, yeah. This is what I mean. So, reason, obviously, the dilemma that we're sort of at is we got the 15 minute and we got the hourly. So the 15 minutes here, you man can all see that in balance and order block. And if we go on the hourly, I'll draw on the hourly as well so you can see what I mean. Hourly, we've got the imbalance and the order block. So we've got the imbalance here, and then we've got the order block here, right? So I think most people saw that. You didn't really need me to pick that out, but anyway. So the crossroads that we're sort of at. Turn this down. The crossroads we're sort of at is, it would be nicer, obviously, it would be a lot nicer if price came up and filled this and then moved down. Reason being is it's more premium for a start, right? If you look at the actual range as a whole, from the high to the low, you see price may even be able to get into the premium before moving down. And then even if you look at the premium of the current range, you can see the first order block is still below into discount, whereas this one is in, obviously, the premium. So the hourly would be a lot nicer. However, price is bearish, right? So when price is bearish like this, you got to think, although price does want to retrace and fill certain things, if it's so weak, it's not going to rally so much. Like, it's how many pips from here? We'd have to rally 30 pips, which is a significant amount of pips to move. So I'd have to rally 30 pips to the upside just to then come down another 50, 60 pips. So is that really likely? Considering, look how bearish the Asia session was, right? The Asia session was so bearish and fell a total of 60 pips in itself. So EU's bearish to the point where Asia session's giving you a 60 pip sell-off. Should you really be expecting a massive retracement up to here? Or should you more just be expecting order flow to just continue to move down as quick as it can? I would say it's probably more likely that order flow is going to move down as quick as you can. But they're the crossroads we're at, if that makes sense to everyone. If that don't make sense to you, say no. If it does make sense to you, say yes, sir. Yes, sirski. United can't. Are we still on this fucking shitty competition, boys? United, Spurs. The worst Europa League ever. The tin pot version of the Europa League. United cannot lose a European final to Spurs. They just have the aura if they're shit. Telling you now, Maguire wins. Yeah, I'd back them to win. That's it. Yeah, but in all seriousness, with Bruno 90th minute pen, Bruno's probably the only reason why. Because Bruno's the only bit of quality in either squad for me. I mean, there are some Tottenham players I think are quite good, and some United players I think are quite good. But all in all, the only real quality in that matchup is Bruno. El Slapper, that will make it 4-1 Spurs. Would also make it 17 years without a trophy. Hopefully it'll bounce down in EU from the order block. Yeah. I mean, who's in this EU? I think a few people did say there was on EU and EG short, so we'll see how they do. United ain't beating us in a month of Sundays. Bruno's head going to be elsewhere, like the Saudi deal he's got on the table. He won't go Saudi. I hope he don't go Saudi. He's way too good for Saudi. He's one of the Premier League's best players, mate. He's one of the Premier League's best players, and he's currently baking off in 17th or 16th. Well, he needs to come to Arsenal. We'll swap him Odegaard. He can come to Arsenal. And boom. Lou, what was the thing you were talking about a couple of weeks ago? Something to do with CRT on the lower time frame. It's probably the close, the candle closes. So, what it probably was, I think I know what you're talking about. So, yeah, like this. Basically, right, I'll just try to show you what I mean. So, you got the CRT high. Bear in mind, we don't know if this is actually going to come through yet or not. It should do, but we don't know. So, we've got the CRT high and the CRT low. Now, after we take the CRT higher, the theory is you don't move down, you don't fully move down until we have a candle close outside of that range on a correlating time frame. So 8-hour correlating time frame. Some people tell you different. I'd say it's the 10-minute. Alright, so yeah, here we didn't have a close. So people say, okay, this CRT is not going to be completed because of the close. I think that's what you're talking about, because it didn't have the body close. Basically, what it is, right, is, so let me quickly draw it out. It'll be easier. So you got your CRT candle, yeah. Alright. Alright, so you got your candle like this. And it's basically that this candle won't move down. This candle won't move down until, imagine this on the lower time frame. Until, so see this line here. Move this. Let's put this line here. Let's imagine this line, right? We're on the lower time frame now, right? So this line is here. So we're just zooming in on this bit here. We're gonna have, obviously this is the initial candle that took it. So let's say it wicked into it. Let me do that again. That was shit. So wicked above it. And then another candle might have started to move down, wicked above it again, started to move down, right? So basically the price won't fully distribute down from this CRT until we have a close above this line. So let's say this is the 4 hour and this is the 5 minute. So they're correlating time frames, obviously. So if we've taken the high, hang on. So if we've taken the high of that, and this is what we're seeing here, these are the 5 minutes. So it's just taking it, What the fuck was that? It's just taking it. If it keeps wicking above, we're not going to distribute yet. We need a close above, is what the theory is. So until we get something like this on the 5 minute, where we actually close above, so imagine that's a bullish candle, that is when we'll then get a sell-off, right? So you can see the wicks closing above versus body closes above. So when the body closes above the CRT, this is when we'd actually get the move. This is on the lower time frame. Obviously on the higher time frame, the whole point of it is you just want it to be the wick, right? You just want it to wick above and then go down. But on the lower time frame, that's basically what we're talking about. That's what some people live and die by. Okay, live or die by might be a little bit of a of an extreme, but people use this a lot. But yeah, take a screenshot of that if you want. Make sure I look good for your picture. Alright, take your screenshot. Sweet. But yeah, I think that's what you was talking about. Let's get rid of this shite. No, honestly, don't think Spurs will probably win it. Fucking hell, we're still talking about this game, or am I just behind again? I was looking at a sell on GU off a 15-minute order block, bro. But you said entry wouldn't be 30 pips away from... I mean, yeah, entry wouldn't be 30 pips away from current price, 30-minute order block. I mean, yeah, that was sort of the crossroads that we're at. But yeah, hopefully that made sense what you said. To be fair, that comment, you probably commented that before I'd done the whole explanation. EG not looking good. To be fair, it's not looking anything really. Did you enter the EU? I'll enter EU after leaving the order block. Possible EG entry. So yeah, a lot of people was getting in EU. A lot of people was pretty much trading EU. Can you check Euro CHF for me? You called it something, I can't remember. Higher time frame equal lows on that GU price. Looks like he wants to take it out. Yeah. So I mean, boys, we're always getting the bias right. It's super simple. Look at notice this, right? So this is our imbalance here. All I did on the higher time frame, right, is I said we have internal liquidity. So this is obviously the imbalance. Internal liquidity, which was filled there. So now we're going to be targeting the external liquidity, which is the low, which enabled us to catch so far 100, is that only 100 pips? 114 pips, right, for the buyers. Obviously, we capitalised here with a nice 30 pips. But pretty much gave us the bias. And plus, it's not just GU. If GU's telling you that, then obviously we know EU's going to be similar. This one's running naughtily now. Looks like we're going to, again, disrespect this. We've got this order block down here, which is the only thing really we have left to react off of. So I'm going to mark out this order block. And see. Yeah, I think it's called turtle body soup and turtle wick soup. So it's called, when it just wicks above cam, it's called turtle wick soup. And then when it closes above, it's turtle body soup. Pretty sure that's what it's called. Let's see how this does. E sells after close of FEG. Yeah, we're about to invert a 5-minute fair value gap. I suppose. Oh, sorry, 15-minute fair value gap. Here. We're about to invert that. So let's see who's going to use that as an entry. Yeah, let me know what pairs. So basically, all I'm hearing is that people are in EU and EG. No one's really in GU. Have we got another imbalance or anything? Because really we want something to actually go. Okay, we're going to have a 1-minute change of character level somewhere. All right, nice. Okay, so now we've actually got a lower time frame level that we can look for a market structure shift. So obviously this is the high. We turn on the magnets. We get it correct. That's the high. It's the low. So our current range is here. So obviously we are in a bullish trend. So what we should do is continue to break out that high, come back down, break out the high again. That's exactly what we should do. However, if we go from this bullish trend to then breaking a low instead of previously broken highs, then that confirms to us that we have picked a good high probability area and we are going to be selling off. So we'll wait for that. We'll wait for that level to break. I would like there to be an inversion as well, but we've only got this 15-minute, which is below here anyway. So I suppose we can still wait for that regardless. Bear in mind, this is a slightly higher time frame position. This isn't necessarily an Asia position. This is more of a higher time frame one. So you want to be looking at your chart on like an hour or a 2-hour perspective. You don't want to be looking at it like that. You don't want to be looking at it like on the 5-minute and stuff like that. Because as you can see, it's a 2-hour order block, which is the actual entry. So we should look to follow the chart on a 2-hour. Normally I'm using a 15-minute fair value or a 5-minute inversion. So I'm looking at my trade play out on the 5-minute or 15-minute. This is a 2-hour order block with an 8-hour CRT. So why am I looking at it playing out on the 5-minute? It's going to give me false narratives to what I'm actually looking at. I'm going to be looking way too zoomed in, and I look out and it's like, okay, nothing's actually really happened that bad. So whoever up in the chat was like, oh, EG's not looking good or whatever, you zoom out and literally nothing's changed, which is why it's important to know what time frames you're trading. Got breaking news from BBC. Second day of voting for new Pope has started. Watch live to see if smoke emerges from Sistine Chapel chimney. What does that mean? Does it smoke when they have a new Pope? Tunes are gone. Okay, now talk about a reversal. So we've tapped into that order block now and started to come up. Be interesting to see how this candle closes. It's a pretty bullish close right there. Pretty bullish close. So yeah, it's just, are we going to come to the hourly or 15-minute? I'm very confident we're going to sell, but will it be from essentially here, or will it be from here? That's all it is. Are we going to be moving down from there or moving down from there? We've done the hard part. We know our bias. We know we're moving down. Well, we don't know, but I'm confident we're moving down. Very bullish last 3 minutes. Sounds like some random ritual shit. What's that? It's one of them mornings, man. Don't get cooked. Don't get fried. If EG breaks that low on the 1 minute, could get a short from DTO. Be a 2R. EG breaks that low on the 1 min, could get in a short to the DTO. Let's have a look. Let's get the DTO on. Let's just turn on all our indicators. Yeah. I mean, I would obviously rather aim for the higher time frame level, but you could definitely short for the DTO. That's a 2 to 1. It's calm. But hopefully we can see basically the schematic that we're seeing. We can see this big leg here, liquidated it, tapped into an order block, and we're just seeing this accumulation within, and we should see the next phase of sell-off. We've had the accumulation here, so took it, sell-off, accumulation, sell-off, retracement, should have the next sell-off. So let's hope this bitch can start moving. Everyone drop a like on the stream if you haven't already. Everyone drop a like. Let's get 40 likes on this stream, boys. We had our best ever stream yesterday. I'm pretty sure it's our second biggest stream today as well. We hit over 100 man, which is cold. If you want to get funded with a prop firm, use my code RICHES with Alpha Capital Group. Link is in the description for Alpha Capital Group. It will get you 15% off your prop firm. So big old 15% off. Obviously, I do have mentoring. If you want to learn the way I trade, learn to make money the way I make money from the markets, then you can send me a DM on Discord if you want, or Insta, or well, not really YouTube. But yeah, we've had a pretty decent week so far this week. Yeah, we had a pretty decent week so far. Pretty decent week so far. So we chat. Could come through before news. That's why I target DTO. Yeah, again, we've broken the high, so let's fucking go down onto the lower time frame, because this shit is not playing. So we've now broken out the high, so now we've got another range. Can see exactly what's happening though. Price got no intention to move down just yet. Filled the order block there. Moved up and broke the high perfectly, as you'd want if you are bullish. So put mark on the high again, mark on the low, and again you want price to break that low. Probably not going to be too good for EU either. Probably means EU is, to be fair, it's not too bad for EU. The DXY is playing, right? The DXY filled this imbalance and starting to move, so we just want to see if it ends up breaking the high or not. This looks so messy and shit, but there's not really any other way I can draw it. But it does just look terrible. It just looks like a square. But yeah, it's imbalanced there. That's just been filled, so yeah, we want to see if we break this high. If we break this high, then that EU's going to TP. If not, we're either coming down for this 15 or for this hourly. We'll see if we're able to push through. Interest rates dropping today. Well, that's what people think, but remember, if that doesn't happen, then that's when we see the big change. It's the unexpected things. It's not necessarily if it's bullish or bearish. What makes it have a big move is if it's expected or unexpected. So if it's unexpected, then we could have a big move. Obviously, we don't really like to guess on news too much. We have our biases and that's it. Yeah, any other pairs you man are looking at or anything you're in, let me know. Because right now this is just dead. We're just doing jack shit. Painful, EG. Really is painful.
A shy, humble country boy.
Oh, I don't know what makes him think that. You know.
Asia high swept, looking for short. Euro CHF, Asia high swept, looking for short. Need price to tap in. Let's have a look. Dino. Hard choice this morning. Bro, what? Fuck off, mate. You cunt. Fucking bastard. Can piss right off. Jake's life, bro. This is, bro. Fuck off, Coles, man. You annoying prick. Hard choice this morning. Deal of the week. Bro, this guy. This guy's a bit of a joke as well. Let me try to show you. Oh yeah, this guy's part of the fucking... The fucking Forex house. The Forex house. We're part of the Forex house. And we all trade. Yeah, I think he might even be the founding member of the Forex house. The legendary Forex house. Global finance will not be the same after the founding fathers of the Forex house. I don't know where it is. It's probably like... Can you trade your news on an SMO challenge? Nah, bro. You want to avoid red folders, man. You need to avoid red folders. Jake Eastwood, the worst on my life. Hate that guy. Bro, he's the founding father of the fucking Forex house. He's one of them people that I actually look at. I'm like, bro. I know he scams and shit. Like, and all his stuff is blatantly like, it's just a house of cards that will eventually fall. But I look at him and I'm like, bruv, fair play, you've actually done somewhat alright, because you are thick as two short planks. Who saw him the other day in where was it? I think it was in Marbella. I know someone that saw him. Who told me that? And he was, I'm not gonna say it because I'm not that guy. But let's just say Jake Eastwood was... We'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. It is funny though, that bastard. He just says stuff. It's like, you know when, like, he'll say like first come first served, but he'll put like come first served first or something. Like, it's like, bruv, how are you this stupid? But you've actually done like a little bit alright. But yeah, that guy's walking proof that, fuck me, if he can make a bit of money, then you boys definitely can make a bit of money. He makes me laugh, bro. His videos are just like, so you see me, my Lamborghini. I've got the cars, I've got the money, I've got the cars, I've got the money, I've got the watches, I've got all this and all that. I've just built the most amazing life for myself. And if you want to do the same, you can DM me, Algo, and I'll set you up with my Algo that I use to fucking buy this Lamborghini. There's every Jake Eastwood video. He's a funny cunt though. He's not really that funny, but he's funny to me. If you want to do what I want to do, if you want to do what I did to make all this money, trading, all you gotta do is send me a fucking message, yeah? Where does he make his money from? People signing up or what? Yeah, so what they do, right, this is how he makes his money. So with these brokers, you obviously get paid for introducing people. Everyone knows that. So say someone deposits 500 quid with you, then you get paid out 300 quid essentially. Right, so for every person that deposits 5 bills, he gets 3 bills, so long as they don't make money long term. Which, to be fair, no one really fucking, well, majority of people don't. So whatever, innit, you have to lose money for brokers to work. So I'm not saying anything about that. But where he gets you is they'll say, and this is a lesson for anyone, not necessarily just this Jake Eastwood, but a lesson to you, man, to not get scammed. So people say, oh, I've got this algo, right? I've got this algo that can make money, right? No. All this shit. So these algos, they're all martingale algorithms. So how it works, right, is so this is how all these people's algorithm works. So the first thing you need to understand is they get paid if you put on lot sizes. So for example, they'll get paid out probably something like maybe £4 or let's say £5 per lot, right? So per lot that each one of his clients puts on, he gets a £5. So what he'll do is he'll get maybe how many? So say he's got 1,000 people using this shitty little bot, right? Got 1,000 people using this bot, which doesn't work, but I'll explain it. how it works. So you've got 1,000 people using a bot. Now let's say all these people deposited 500 quid. Right, that means that he will receive 300 quid for every person. Right, 300 quid for every person. So obviously that's 1,000 times 300, which is 300,000, right? Which is 300,000, right? So that's probably what he's made off that. And then after you've done this, this is where really the magic comes in. So already now you're looking at, you've got 1,000 people on your broker and you've got that much money what you've earned. Now this is where the actual scam kind of comes in. So now we give you this bot, and this bot, the only goal of this bot is to make you spend lot sizes. It doesn't matter if you win, it doesn't matter if you lose. All that matters is you spend lot sizes. The ideal scenario is that you make a little bit, lose a little bit, lose a little bit, make a little bit, lose a little bit, right? I mean, the ideal scenario is you lose it all and deposit more, but, right, the point is they want you to spend lots, okay? So now we'll say you've got 1,000 people. Let's say each one of these people's like trading on their own. Some of them might not trade a lot per day. Some of them might do less. Some of them might actually have risk management. So he goes, all right, we get you on his algo, so his hands free. And then he controls, or the guy who controls the bot, controls how many lots people are spending. All right, so then they'll make sure that everyone's obviously placing the same amount of trades. And yeah, and you'll have, for example, everyone placing 3 lots per day or whatever. So that means per person is obviously getting 3 times £5, right, equals 15 quid. So he's getting 15 quid per person per day. Obviously times that by 1,000. He's probably not, he probably doesn't have 1,000 on there. But that is basically how it works. It wants you, they have a bot that just spams out lot sizes so that he can get his money from lot sizes. And the reason why, this is the final piece of the puzzle, the final piece of the puzzle for itself is crazy. Yeah, and the final piece of the puzzle is, so the bot, Martingale bot, how it works is it will put on a trade, so it will put on a buy, and if price starts going against it, it will just double up on buys, and if it goes against it more, it will triple up. So basically it's the equivalent of, say you go to a roulette machine, and you put a tenner on red, right? But every time, if you was to lose, you'd double up. So you put a tenner on red, and if you lose, you put 20 on red, right? And if you lose that, you double up again and put 40 on red. And if you lose that, you then put 80 on red. And if you lose that, you put 160 on red. And really, you shouldn't lose 7 times in a row picking the same colour, right? So as long as you don't lose 7 times in a row, you're sweet, right? And that's how they work. So you'll basically make fiver, but when that big loss does come through, it blows your account. But that doesn't matter because they're interested in them the little profits. They want the fiver, because that's what gives the lot size. That's what gives them their commission, is the lot size being spent. So you go, you're making a tenner a day, and eventually within a month it's all going to come crashing down. You're going to lose it all, inevitably. But as I said, that doesn't matter to them because they're getting paid cold hard cash via lot size commission, and that is pretty much how it works. Bro, that's crazy how they make money easily like that. Yeah, I know, but the thing is, it's a house of cards, right? So that only works because everyone who uses the bot, out of them 1,000 people, when you get fucked out of them 1,000 people, you've probably got maybe 700 have been fucked over already, so their accounts have already been gone. Because these Martingale accounts do not last long. They'll last like 4 weeks max before getting blown to shit. So all these people have been blown or will eventually be blown. So that means you have to keep bringing new people in order to sustain the whole operation, which is obviously just a pyramid scheme. And as soon as you stop getting new people to fall for your bot, as soon as you stop getting new people to fall for it, the money dries up because all the people that are already in it realise, okay, this is a scam, or their accounts get blown, so they leave. Everyone leaves, people are leaving, right? Or people blow their accounts themselves, so off the signals, whatever. So people are all leaving. So people are leaving, right? So that means you always have to get more people joining in order to keep it going. And eventually, there's not enough people to rip off. Everyone knows you. Everyone knows you're a dickhead or whatever it may be. And that is when the whole house of cards, obviously, comes crashing down. And at that point, you own. If you're clever, you're investing it. He's obviously not. He's buying McLaren or whatever he has. Fucking Ferrari. Fucking Mercedes. Rolex. LV bags worth about 20 grand in total, whatever it may be. And you've got all these liabilities. And then your house of cards comes crashing down and you're fucked. So, yeah. If you're ever looking at people like that thinking, oh, mate, I wish I had a Ferrari. I wish I lived his life. You really don't. Because he's stressing right now thinking, bro. Like, he's posting all this shit on his socials. But I guarantee you, if he's got a brain on his shoulders, he's stressing right now. How is he going to make this sustainable? Because what he's doing is ripping people off, and he knows it. So, yeah. E.g. I've entered Euro CHF shorts. Oh, wait, I missed bare comments. Now, that's obviously not just that Jake Eastwood. Like, he's just one of them. But that's how all of them work. Anyone you see have this algo thing. This is how it works. They want you to make a little bit, 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 and then lose it all in the end, right? It's just how it works. And the reason why they do the martingale is because, like I said, you normally win. You're risking a lot, but you will normally win. It's like on a roulette, boys. You go, try it yourself. Try go to a casino, put a tenner on. If it loses, put 20. If it loses, put 40. If it loses, put 80. If it loses, put 160. If it loses, put 320. And then eventually that 320 is going to come in and win you back everything that you've lost. And it's going to make you that bit at the start. So it's going to make you a tenner. But eventually you go to the casino every day and do that. And before you've actually made a significant amount of money, it will go wrong. Like, everyone's been to a casino and seen it be black 10 times in a row. It happens. Yeah. Small wins algos. I know someone who lives near me and he sells an algo to people, and fair play, he makes money, but no one else does who buys the algo. Yeah, that's it. That's literally it, bro. People who fall for his scam deserve to get scammed to lose money. Kind of true, I suppose. Kind of true. GU Weekly about to flip down. Let's get heavy pushed down. EG SL. Unlucky, bro. Unlucky. You took L. No, I'm not in EG. I'm not in EG. Not in EG. I'm not in any trades right now, boys. Yeah, they got exposed that Algo loses money. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take a genius to be fair, brother. Bro, that's crazy how they make money easy like that. Yeah, that's actually mental. He's chopping life. Jesus, do you reckon he could? By the way, boys, the numbers I use is too much. He's obviously not making like 3 bags a day, but that's how it goes. And you eventually, like, yeah. They'll be scamming their whole life. That's all they know, yeah. Because the thing is with me, right, I have a group, so I have mentorship students or signals. I provide a service, right, the same service. People like the service, and then they join, or they stay or whatever. With him, people don't join or stay, so you've got to work double as hard to get new people on. You've got to always get new people on. It's not like you have existing clients and you can build from that. It's like you've got to get new shrimps. It's like, it's crazy. Do you reckon he personally can trade? No, there's not a chance that he can trade. EG spread stopped me out, unlucky. Would love to see them bankrupt, trust me. Well, I mean, I wouldn't never wish that on anyone. They can do what they want, bruv, but it does. I can understand how it would piss you off if you're going out grafting, trying to do it the real way. Just know, boys, if he's built something like that, it will fall. Anything in life, you got to think. People do not avoid the rules of life, all right? If you man watch the Donald Trump documentary, or not documentary, but the Donald Trump film, he goes to court and he hires the best lawyer, because he's getting sued by the state, and then he goes into the court, and then he thinks it goes really well. He thinks it's gone really well, and then the lawyer, Roy Cohn, they get in the cab on the way back from court, and then Donald Trump says, "Oh, that went really well. We're actually going to win this thing, aren't we?" And then Roy Cohn, who's his lawyer, says, "No, we're not. It's the worst case I've ever seen. You thought the rules don't apply to you. You may be Donald Trump, but you thought the rules don't apply to you. The rules apply to everyone. We're all in this world. The rules apply to everyone. Alright, so the rules apply to everyone. Whatever you make quick is going to go quick. If it was difficult and hard to do, it will be sustainable and it will stay, because it's an actual skill you've learned. The skill he's got, or these people have got, is social media marketing. They're all right at social media marketing. You boys are trying to learn a skill that's actually hard to learn. Trading that takes you 4 years, thousands of pounds worth of losses, late nights, early mornings, all this shit. You're trying to learn something that's difficult. Like, the rules apply to everyone. If someone's made a load of money from a bullshit, easy way, they'll lose it quick. The rules of the universe apply to everyone, I'm telling you. If you come up quick, you'll come down quick, mate. That's why a lot of people you see make money, they lose money and then they make it back again. Because they normally, when they make it, it's quick, easy money. And because it's quick and easy, it goes quick and easy. And then they realise, okay, so I need to make this sustainable. And then they have a slower but longer and better come up, and that's when they actually keep it. Do any algos work there? No, they don't, bro. They don't. No algos work long term, boys, unless it costs you 5 figures at least. That's my opinion anyway. They'll be scamming their whole FTMO spreads so arse. Yeah, mate. Can't lie. Yesterday I got busted by ACG and FTMO spreads. Where you even get in EG though, because I can't see any sort of entry. Yeah, I'm not in EG. Yeah, spread stopped me out. What about HS Tiki Toki? Again, he's the same thing. Difference with HS. Big difference with HS is he, obviously we all know he don't trade and all shit like this. So he does the same thing. He does the exact same thing pretty much as that Jake Eastwood and all these players. But the difference with HS, he's actually got a skill in that. He's a bit more than just like a social media marker. You know what I mean? People care about his life. Do you know what I mean? He's a bit more of a personality. He essentially, right? If The Only Way Is Essex didn't go to shit, he would be in The Only Way Is Essex. Like, he's one of them bres. He's kind of like a public image type guy, you know what I mean? People do sort of find him funny and find him, but like, there's more to him than him just saying all the time, oh, I make money. Obviously his trading's bullshit, like, we all know this. But it's like, there's more to him than just like, oh, I make money, I made 200 grand today, There's other shit that he does that people actually watch him for, you know what I mean? Like fucking gym and all this shit. So he'll have a bit more longevity, and he's not stupid as well, bro. Like, you can tell a lot of these bres, like, they're actually thick as 2 short planks, but you can tell he actually isn't in it. So he's not, for example, he probably actually has bought yards and stuff, because he knows his trading thing will crash eventually. He knows it will. His will last longer because he's HS Tiki Toki. He's got a lot bigger crowd. But it will eventually fall, which is probably why he's not an idiot and invested in real estate and shit like that. So at least he's doing it the right way. He'll make it out the other side because he's not an idiot. But do any algos work? Imagine thinking you can just buy an algo off someone and think it'll make you money, and it's that easy. Yeah, trust. And we're sitting here, people are probably sitting here 4 years into their trading journey still trying to make profit. Same with HS, yeah. Your any TP levels on GU for sales? Where did you get in, bro, on GU? Anyone looking at EG short soon? Yeah, we'll look at EG. JP, I might take it and only risk 0.5% if it comes back up to my entry point. So true. HF, death worth scammer. Ain't no way he takes trading seriously. X on the beach kind of guy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, a lot of people don't know how these fucking not scams, but how these things really work. And that's another conversation, is why they persist with it. They're essentially, I'm not going to explain it again because I did have a lot of explaining. But how these broker deal works is, so say you sign up 30 people the month before. I'm not going to explain how they do it. It's really clever the way they do it, because these brokers ain't stupid in the contract, but this is how they do it. I won't explain fully, but I'll just tell you what the result is. If you get 30 people last month, you're not going to get paid for those 30 people unless you make another 30 this month. So, for example, someone at HS, last month probably would have signed up 100 people, whatever. So last month, he's owed, 50 grand or whatever from the broker. He can't get that 50 grand that he's owed unless he earns another 50 grand this month. So he can never stop, basically. He can never sign people up to his course or whatever, or his broker, and then just stop and chill. Because if he stops and chills, the deal that they have in place with a broker, you don't get paid last month. So you're always working, not for what you earn in this month, you're working for last month. It's like if you was in a job, yeah, and you get paid your last month, you basically, if you get paid a month late, essentially, right? So you can never just walk out and fuck your job off, because they'll say, right, if you walk off and fuck your job off, you're not getting paid for last month, which is work you've already done. Essentially, that's how it works. If you guys give a shit, I'll explain how the broker manages to do that into the contract. But yeah, that's what it is. That's how it works. If you don't know about trading and you have HS pop-ups who join his broker, you're low-key cooked. Yeah, I can't lie, you probably are cooked. Like, he applies to these people that are very naive and think, oh yeah, it's this easy. But as we know, it's not that easy. It's hard, man. And anything worth having is gonna take you a long time. Anything worth having is gonna take you a long time. Remember, mate, the rules apply to everyone. Shaft shorts. What's the most you got offered from a broker? I'll be honest, mate. With the broker, majority of them are the same, innit? Like, they all give the same sort of rewards and the same prices. To be fair, they are all sort of the same. They're all sort of the same. Yeah. They all pretty much, they all give you, and again, another way they trick you. So, how these things, again, that's what I was going to say actually with the HS thing. And same with like all Johnny Care and all people like this, it'll be the same. The way, so the way they get you and get you stuck in is, like I said, you don't get paid from last month unless you carry on doing it this month. So what they do is they'll give you these numbers and make these numbers seem really achievable. So they'll say, if you get one person to deposit 500 quid to our broker, we'll give you 600 quid back, right? So for a start, they'll lie, outright lie about what they're giving you. So someone like Johnny Carey will have a meeting with these guys, and they'll say, cool, if you get 500 deposited, I'll give you £600 in commission, right? And this is the face value deal until you actually get the contract and start working with them, and then you realise, okay, this is actually what it is. I saw that Gunter a month ago and his McLaren swear down. EG, people saying EUGU and EG, yeah, we'll have a look at that. But yeah, anyway, this is what they do. Like, fucking Johnny Carey would have been offered that deal. They would have said, I'll give you $600 per 500 you get signed up. And he's looking at it thinking, bro, that is unreal. What? So I'm only making 10 grand a month off my social media. If I can get 30 people signed up, let's say 30 times, then I get 30 times 6 bills, which is 18k, right? 18 grand. So he's going to be thinking, bro, I can earn 20 grand just like that from getting 30 people signed up. Yes, that is easy. Then what he'll do it. So he'll start doing it. They will see this in their eyes. They see this. They're not used to this money. They'll think, bro, this is so easy to make money. I'm actually going to be a big shot. Like, I can finally use my social media to start making actual really, really good P's. 18 grand, never seen nothing like it before. And they'll start it. And then, as it goes on, then they'll realise the trials and tribulations that come into it and the hidden rules. For example, this is an outright lie. They don't actually give you that after they say it. How it works is you have to get a return on investment. So, you don't actually get paid $600 because you need the broker wants a 1.5 return on investment, which means if they pay you 600, it means you need to get 1.5 times that deposited. So it's not actually 500. In order to get paid $600, you need someone to deposit $900, right? Or £900, whatever it is. Oh, what the fuck? You need someone to deposit £900, right? So already it's changed. And then they'll say stuff like, okay, it's fine. So yeah, so what you do, you'll do this, you'll get everyone to deposit 500, expecting, cool, I'm due 6 bills off each person. And then it will come to it, and then they'll say, oh, actually, no, we need a return on investment. So you're not going to get paid out this 18 grand because because people have deposited not as much as we want, right? And then the only way to get out of that is you've got to say, okay, you've got to do an activation trade. So everyone's got to spend 3 lot sizes, which basically means that everyone loses a fuckload of money. And then the broker will pay you. The broker just get people, they give them the expectation of loads of money a month like this, get them wrapped around their finger, and then structure the deal in a way where they can't really leave. Or it's too easy to stay, essentially, right? And that is exactly what will be going on with Johnny Carey. I can guarantee you he regrets doing what he did with the Forex thing, but he realises that the money's too good, and he probably owed 30 grand from last month and has to sign people up this month to get it. So yeah, just so you man know how all this shit works. Talking trades about this time. So Gunter and HS are basically doing the same thing for trading. I don't know about Gunter. I don't know about Gunter, but I assume so. They're all broker things. I think that Gunter does PYC, which is how he makes his money. You got to think, boys. None of these guys can trade in it. Like no one of these guys can trade. Not a single one. Not a single one of them can trade. Not a single one. And that's not me that hating in it. Like they're marketers. That's what they do in it. Like they've got a graph. They're not fucking bums. They graph the marketing thing, social media marketing, which is fair. But you'll never catch none of them doing shit like this, like sitting on live for fucking 2 hours or whatever it's been, live trading, showing my actual positions and not getting cooked. And actually cooking the market live. Like yesterday I made 6 bags live, start to finish. Like brokers are evil, man. Yeah, I mean they're sort of the necessary evil, man. It's like a bank, bruv. They're just a broker. Brokers are just the most bastardy things because they don't actually really provide any value. They're just sort of there. They just sort of fill a gap. And then normally huge companies and the people they work with are way smaller. So yeah. They just bully people. A middleman, yeah, that's it. That's all they are.
Some stew with a Kodak, or better yet, go to pot.
The middleman is always the most evil. Yeah, trust. I was going to ask you about taxes. I've passed my prop firm now. How does it work? It just works the same as it normally would, bro, with prop firms, because it counts as, it doesn't count as spread betting or anything like that. So you just pay tax as you normally would, whether it be income tax or if you're doing it under a business, obviously corporation tax or however you want to structure it. With a business, it's different. You can structure it in a type of way. If you're just doing it self-employed, then yeah, you just pay tax like normal, bro. You got to pay tax on your earnings, unfortunately. It's different on a personal account, as I said, because it technically comes under spread betting, but you can create an LLC. Yeah, you can save on tax if you make a company. Okay. Whatever are you to read that 5-minute IFEG? Which one, bro? Like, this London session has not been the most entertaining, to say in the fucking least. CG sounding right about now. AG still pissing about. Still don't want to break anything. Nor does GU. Nor does fucking EG. I woke up late, might have missed today's move, all good though. No, yeah, there hasn't been any positions, mate. I haven't got in anything. There was EG potentially, but I don't think many people got in. EU as well, but yeah, it was risky. We don't know if we're going to come into the 15 up here, or the 15 here, or the hourly up there. Remains to be seen, and price not really got too much movement. You can see the DXY has sort of been accumulating for the last fucking 2 hours, 3 hours even. So yeah, no, not really any movement in the dollar in the last 3 hours, which is not the best. But as I say, boys, you always get better from looking at the markets, from watching the markets through and actually trading. This is how you improve. Because now you'll know these shit days. You'll look at the days where maybe we have this exact same price action over Asia session, and you'll know what to expect. You'll know, alright, probably going to accumulate. So even if you don't catch anything, and even if the session's super dead, you're still learning. And you won't realise until it happens again, and you're like, okay, I actually remember what happened here, and you just got more insight. And if you do that like I do every day for the last like 3-4 years, then you just get such like a sixth sense as to what to expect, especially with your psychology as well. Like you notice a lot of shit about how you trade. Any news today? Yeah, we do have news at 12. We have news at 12. I'm going to jump off at 10:30, boys, so any questions, let me know. At 12, can you check Euro CHF for me? I'm in a short. Euro's been not playing. We're looking weak on all Euro pairs, but we're just not actually really playing that much. Let's have a look. I'm in a short. You're looking decent. Don't know where you would have got in. Oh yeah, I don't know where you would have got in. Maybe the start of this imbalance. Even if you did get in here, I mean, your RR is not going to be the best. I'm assuming your entry is something like this. Stop loss is pretty tight. If it's either that or it's going to be like 1-to-1. So yeah, let me know whereabouts your entry was, mate. But you are looking good if you're in shorts. I haven't seen the higher time frame at all, but. So hopefully you can TP. Right, let's go on the daily time frame. Let's just start on the fucking higher time frame, why not? How are we moving? Alright, so we're bearish. We're looking at the internal, external on the monthly. High, low. High, low. High, low. High. We should come down and take this low. So this will be my target. First and foremost will be there. It's my external liquidity. Will be there. Now we're going to go down to the weekly. Weekly, you can see we filled this opening gap nicely. So we had obviously a gap there. Oh my, that twice as thick. Right, so we had that opening gap there, which you lot can probably see. Which is now we wick filled it, but we fully filled it there, and now starting to move down. Also, if you look up here, we're looking at that monthly. Remember, we're seeing the internal, external, where we filled the internal. We should be coming down to the external. We can now see that it appears we've filled this. This is what was actually filling. This was the internal, right? Which is really nice. You can see it was a final. I'm lagging bears. It was a fucking hell, that bear hurt as well. It was the final fair value gap in the leg. I'm lagging bad. I'm lagging bad, but the audio should still be fine. This is what was actually filling. This was the internal, right? Which is really nice. You can see it was. Alright, boys, we've got 23 likes on this stream. Everyone drop a like. Let's get 40 likes on here. Nice Dino1G. Yeah, so that obviously we filled that again. So the internal external is looking nice, where we filled our internal weekly fair value gap and should come to our weekly low. So another good confluence there. Would have been nice if we had a CRT of this candle here, but obviously we didn't, so it's fine. I'm going to go on a daily time frame now. You can see price has sort of just been trickling down since then. So yeah, not really done too much. Obviously this is our swing low as well. So weekly swing low. So again, this will be my first target, and then ideally we come to this monthly low as well. This is what we want, but this is where you'd really want to aim for. Looking at the CRT, we obviously have fully manipulated this big candle now. So we've obviously taken out the low, and we've now taken out the high. So we're starting to move down again. You can look at it in multiple ways, to be fair, or you could say that we've taken out this candle's high now, and we're going to come into this low, which is probably what a lot of people are seeing. But I'd more want to, I sort of see it like this, that this one's been completed. But for argument's sake, we'll say that this is valid. Mark the low, candle high. This is the daily time frame, by the way. And we go down onto the 4-hour time frame. You can see it was nice manipulation. And yeah, you can see that we were sort of right, really. So this is actually the point of price that was manipulated, really, if we're looking. So you can see it was really that, right? That was really what we saw. You can see that just from looking at the wicks and looking at how big the range was. So that is really what we liquidated. But now, yeah, we're sort of ready enough to come down. I'm going to leave that highlighted, actually, because I do like that. The fact that we got out of that accumulation. I'm going to make it, fuck it, we'll leave it that colour. And then, yeah, 4-hour, not really too much on the 4-hour. We've tapped into this breaker. Tapped into that breaker block, which would have been your higher time frame POY. Ideally would have come into this order block, but I mean, we haven't. So yeah, everything's telling us bearish. I'll be very confident we are bearish on this. It is just the, I mean, even looking at the trend as well. We are going in line with the trend, especially on the higher time frame, the lower time frame, the medium. Everything's really telling us bearish. That is obviously your level there. Now let's go down on the lower. And yeah, that's it really. I mean, it is just the breaker block that we've mitigated. Obviously that low there from prior London session as well. And you're just getting in on that London manipulation. So yeah, decent move if you're in that. It is a good move. Entry was 1.1. Nice. I'm in GBP CHF shorts. Nearly 3.5 our target. Oh, Lawrence, just checked your pair. Looks good. Lawrence, where did you enter? I don't trade Euro CHF, but I use it for SM2 with GBP CHF. Fair play. Yeah, let's have a look at GBP CHF. To be fair, it's 10:30, so I'm going to jump off now. Quickly go over Euro USD and EG before we go. So yeah, EU just sitting there, pissing about with this order block. Remains to be seen if we're going to get that movement or if we're going to get that movement. Either way, we should head to the downside. So I wouldn't be getting into buys right now. I'd be waiting for sells or holding my sells, whatever one you want. PA has been boring today. Yeah, trust me, Drods. But yeah, boys, I currently do have a special offer going right now. I am passing funded accounts. So right now I'm passing funded accounts. If you want a if you want a funded account passed, then send me a message on Discord. You should know me on Discord. My name is Louis on there. I'll quickly show you on screen. But I'm passing funded account, so you will have a ready funded account, ready to trade. Where am I? This is me here. This is my name. You should see me there when you get into the live. When you get into the Discord. So I'm passing funded accounts. I'm selling past funded accounts, and I'll pass them same day, and you'll have it ready to trade, fully funded. I've got 10Ks all the way up to 200Ks that I can pass same day, guaranteed. First payout dates, I believe majority of firms will be 2 weeks, so this is the earliest you can actually make money is 2 weeks time. You can get yourself a payout if you do make money for most firms. But yeah, I am passing funded accounts, so if you do want that, then send me a message on Discord or on Instagram. Instagram's RichessFX. It's easier if you message me on Discord chat, I'm not gonna lie. I'll see it a lot easier, and it will definitely be me seeing it, not potentially be Mace on Insta. And yeah, the next 3 people that do that, the next 3 people that want to get funded accounts, want to buy past funded accounts from me, I will personally pay 50% of your challenge fee for you. I know I'm lagging a bit now again. So for example, if you want to get a 100k account and the account costs £500, then I'll personally pay the 250 for you, so you can get your 100k account for only 250 quid, right? So I'll personally pay half of it for you. The next 3 people that want to pass funded account, let me know. So obviously you buy the funded, and then I'll pass it for you for a fee within 24 hours. And it should be today anyway. It should be today that it gets passed. So yeah, guaranteed as well, boys. 100% guaranteed. If it's not delivered to you within 24 hours, you get your money back, and your money back what you paid for the challenge. We are fully confident, and is the Discord paid or free? Shane, I'm surprised you're not in there, mate. Get in the fucking Discord. It's the free Discord. That's where we do everything. It's where everyone talks. It's where we all are. I'm surprised you're not in the Discord if you're on there. But yeah, mate, get in the Discord. It's obviously we have paid section, but free section is like the whole thing. We've got about 8,000 people. Everyone in here is in the Discord as well. So yeah, if you're interested in that, boys, then send me a DM. Obviously, it's only selected firms because we need to pass it using our algo. We have got, if people are asking, do they pay out? I can show you, some DMs real quick of someone we passed the other day who's just got their payout. Where is it? There we go. Where is it? Sweet. Also wanted to say big thanks to Mace. Got my first payout today. First milestone in my journey. All thanks to you and Mace. Exciting things for the future. Obviously only a small one, but still nice. You know what I mean? Still showing they're paying out. So yeah, if you do want that, then send me a DM. As I said, the first 3 people, I will personally pay 50% of your challenge fee. So if you want to get a 200k account, I'll put 500 towards it. If you want to get a 25k account, I'll put whatever is half towards it. So send me a message, boys, and yeah, I'll get some of those challenges going. Obviously as well, if you do want to get an account and also getting the mentoring or getting the signals as well, that can also be arranged, and I'll try and work something out for you. So yeah, signals, £100 a month, mentoring, £40 a month. As I said, got that unreal deal on funded accounts, past funded account within 24 hours, and they'll give you half towards the account itself. So yeah, send me a message for that. Only the first 3 though, boys, so I can't be doing it all day, so make sure you message me quick. And yeah, obviously if you want to buy a prop firm and try and pass it yourself, then use code RICHESS at Alpha Capital Group, and you can get yourself a nice little discount. Get yourself 15% off. Very nice and reliable firm. So yeah, anything you need, boys, send me a DM. As I said, signals, mentorship, challenge passing, whatever it be. Send me a message, ideally on Discord. If not, then just message me on Instagram. Appreciate you. I contact you on Discord, bro. Sweet, boys. Make sure you are payment ready, boys. I beg you, don't just DM me and waste my time. Obviously, if you do just want to ask about trading, all my DMs are open. I don't mind. If you've got any questions about the markets today or anything so far about trading that you've seen in this live, feel free to send me a DM and ask, man, and I'll try to help as many people as I can. We'll wait and see how this EU does. So Mace will be live at 1:30 for the New York session. That's it from me. Pretty slow session, but hopefully we all still did learn a bit about the markets and price action in general. So boys, appreciate you tuning in. Let's get 40 likes on this stream. Everyone double tap everyone like the stream before we jump off. It does help push the stream out there, and if you like the stream, it helps us stay online and not get taken down. So big up to everyone who watched. Appreciate all the likes, comments, shares and subscribes. My DMs are open. I'll be replying to everyone now. Appreciate you all tuning in. And as I said, Mace will be live at 1 PM today, and should be a very good stream. Should see how this plays out. We've got news at 12, so be careful. And yeah, boys, I'll be active in the Discord and on Insta, so I'll be speaking to you when I jump off. Appreciate yous, and I'll see you tomorrow, boys. Sweet.